Hey everybody, this is Chad from Stick. This morning I just wanted to do a little video and talk about some new stakes that I've been using today. This is the first time I used them was last night. A while back I did a post about some very lightweight titanium stakes. A guy named Lawson Klein. He runs a nice little store called Mountainfitters.com. Anyway, he makes these stakes, and he just started releasing them on his site a while back. So I contacted him a couple of weeks ago about getting some, and he made an agreement with me that he would send me some of the stakes and actually some of the Dyneema braided cord for just a review. So that's what I want to do now. As you can see, this is the tie stake. He sells these in 6-inch, 7-inch, and 8-inch. The one that I have here is a 7-inch. They're called tie because they're made out of titanium, and because at the top, if you'll notice, it's not a hook and it's not completely enclosed, so it's more like an eye. But there is a small opening, you can see there. Let me get the camera in focus. You can see that there is an opening in there so that you can still get a line in between there. If you've got something with a loop tied on the end of it, you can still slide it up in there. But the neat thing about these is, unlike a shepherd hook stake, if a shepherd hook stake is in the ground and it twists around, there's a possibility that eye or that rope can come off. It doesn't matter which way this one twists, as you can tell, since it comes all the way down and makes almost a complete circle. You're not going to have to worry about the rope coming off. So that's really cool about that. And another thing that's cool about the eye on this one is, if you'll notice, let me set it down so you can look at it. If you'll notice, the top of the eye is directly over the stake. It's not curved way back with the top of it being over here on the side. It's directly over. So that means when you push down on the stake, you're actually putting all the force on the center of the stake, and that's going to make it a little easier for it not to bend. So that's a pretty neat little design. I thought they would work really well. And like I said, it is made out of titanium. It is 7 inches long from the top of the eye to the top, or to the bottom of the spike. And they are kind of, if the camera's not focusing, but they are kind of sharp just a little bit on the edges. Makes it go in the ground easier. These stakes are made out of shoot, I can't remember, 3.14 millimeter, I think 3.14, something like that. I'd have to look it up, but I'll post or I'll put a little title on the screen somewhere down here as to what diameter these stakes are, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But they do weigh, what's neat about them is, as far as weight, the 7-inch stakes weigh 7 grams, the 6-inch weigh 6 grams, and the 8-inch weigh 8 grams. Now, like I said, I've got the 7-inch, and when I put them on my scale, it weighed 2 ounces, or 0.2 ounces. So it's pretty lightweight. Now, the reason I've got this groundhog sitting next to it is because that's what I typically used. One nice thing is, you can see it's pretty much the same size as the groundhog. Maybe the groundhog has it by about ½ an inch there. But obviously it's much lighter. This stake, like I said, weighs 0.2 ounces, and this stake weighs 0.5 ounces a piece. So just by bringing 10 of these, I've cut my weight in half by bringing 10 of these. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I've got my Lunar Duo over here set up with it, and I'll just kind of show you some of the stakes that I've got. Now here's one right here. That's kind of hard to see there, but there's one right there. I've got it pushed down. I used 6 of them on the Lunar Duo last night. Now I will say that when I went to tension my Lunar Duo, it looked like it was going to kind of pull the stakes out just a little bit. So I did go ahead and I just set rocks over each of the stakes, except for that one right there. And that's because that was in a roots. There's a pretty good little root system there, and I figured the roots would kind of hold it in place. But I used another one here, of course, and this rock has been holding it down. It's there in the ground. And then of course I got 2 more up here on each end. You can see there. But anyway, they held the tent up all night last night. Like I say, These steaks, when he made these steaks, he had them in mind for hard and rocky, or medium to hard and rocky ground. So anyway, so far I like the steaks. I will say though that if I'm going to be using them in ground like what I'm using in right now, I'm going to continue to put rocks above them just to make sure that they stay in. If I was going to be in a place where it's going to be real soft ground, these wouldn't be real ideal, because they would just kind of, as narrow as they are, they would just kind of pull right back up and out. So for that, I'm still going to bring a couple of the groundhog steaks to have as backup, at least until I use these steaks for quite a while and I get used to them. But anyway, I appreciate you watching my video, and I'll probably do just a little bit more footage tonight when I set up my tent again, just see if there's anything I can add to this, and then I'll get it wrapped up and get it ready to go. But anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time. Alright everybody, it's Chad from Sticks Blog. As you can tell, I didn't get to shoot any more video while we was out hiking. We got to camp kind of late at night, and we didn't have a whole lot of light left, so I figured I'd just kind of wrap up my thoughts on the steaks here at the house. So these are the steaks that I used, the 7-inch tie steaks, and overall I'm really happy with them. You saw in the video I did use some rocks to kind of put on the top, hold them down, but in their defense, the ground was kind of wet, and these are intended for a hard to medium, or a medium to hard soil. And that ground, I would say it was plenty medium to hard, but it was wet. So I used the rocks on top just to kind of help, just give the steaks a little bit something to lean on, I guess, to keep them down in the ground. But anyway, I look forward to getting them out and using them, and I plan on making the transition from these to these to these. So I'll continue to use them. Moving on. Lawson also sent me some of this rope here. Now this rope is a pretty neat rope. It's a full Dyneema braid, and it's got this highly visible orange urethane coating on it. Now just to say about the urethane coating, with use it will rub off, but according to the side it shouldn't affect the cord's ability to hold a knot or to be used in the way that it should be used. This is a 2.25 millimeter solid 100% Dyneema cord. Since it is 2.25 millimeters, it's able to work with the Line Lock 3. You get these from zpacks.com. That's really cool. These are made to work with, I believe, 2.2 to 3 millimeter lines, and obviously this fits right in there. And this is actually, I'm using these together on the top guy outs on my Lunar Duo, which is part of the reason I wanted this line here. So that's a big plus right there. That will work with the Line Lock 3s. Also, a couple of the benefits, that since this is made out of Dyneema, solid 100% Dyneema, it's got a high strength. This is rated at 825 pounds is what it's able to hold up, but it's not recommended for you to use that as to hold you up, to hold a person up, obviously. It is lightweight. This 25 foot that I have here weighs 0.8 ounces, and it doesn't have any stretch hardly, because it's made out of Dyneema, and it has a long wear life simply because Dyneema is such a tough fiber. But anyway, that's the Dyneema braided cord. He sells this 25 foot and 50 foot on his site. I'm really happy with it. I throw this extra in my pack just to have as emergency line, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to stay in my pack as emergency line. For what it is, it can't be beat. So anyway, that's the review that I've got on my steaks and my line here. If you're interested, I would highly suggest you check out Lawson's site, Mountainfitter.com, and pick up a couple items for yourself. Alright, I appreciate you watching. If you have any comments or questions, just post them below, and I'll see what I can do to get back to you. Thank you.